All right, we are live and you're welcome to my intentional parenting journey. And yes, this is life with the amazing marriage coach. You know, we have all sorts of people in the inner circle. That's the beauty of the inner circle. Chinda. Who doesn't even love this name? One of the things that you're going to love about Coach Chinda is that when him and his wife are doing a review in the academy, in fact, everybody's out because it's going to be like what. In fact, me, I'm looking forward. I'm like, hey, oh my god! Every single one of us looks forward to their review. It's always amazing. I'm even surprised that she is not here, but I'm sure he represents well. As in,
Yes,
you know, when I
yes,
say that
yes,
the father Yadas have a place in heaven,
yes,
this is a typical of it.
yes.
Right? So we have another father Yada who is live with us, Coach Chinda. Coach
Thank you.
Chinda, please over to you. How did you get to meet the TIP Academy? How did you join the inner circle? By the way, Coach Chinda is one of the most amazing marriage coaches that I know. You know, he spoke at the TIP Fathers Conference. And if you followed our conference, and you know, he's been a huge blessing to the TIP system. You know, whenever I talk about the TIP system, you've heard me talk about the gift of men. And yes, we have the gift of men. We've been blessed by it. Trust me.
Thank
We
you.
have
Thank
access to
you.
the kind of men you can imagine. Over to you, sir, and you are welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful, Wendy, for this great work. This thing amazing. You've been an amazing coach, amazing transformational coach. And I think many people do not understand the impact you're making and the transformation you are creating. Inner Circle is a movement, and it's a
Mm,
movement that will continue to the end of time. Okay,
mm,
even when coach decide to say I am 100 years old, but I can tell you the legacy and the impact of other yadas upon yadas and yadas upon yadas that will be created from us, the original
mm.
yadas that started.
Yes, so.
This will go on and on. So it's not gonna go away. It's gonna remain
Mm,
for lifetime. I know that, right?
mm.
Now, how did I get to know TIP and how did I get to know amazing coach Wendy? This was the beginning of July. I opened my Instagram page and you popped up.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And she's always smiling. All the time smiling, whether you like it or not, she has been blessed with an amazing golden body, yellow woman, and incredible teeth that anybody will notice anywhere, anytime. So when you popped out, and I said, wow, okay. I went straight up to the page, and
Mm,
what I saw, I, bec- I saw some stuff in there. I saw words that are not common. And then I look at some of the videos. I started looking at some of the past lives. And then from there, I went to YouTube and I said, okay, this is a meal. And let's digest this. And then from there, I began to look at a lot of things that she was doing. The words were truth, and I'm somebody that is raw, real, uncensored. Truth
mm,
is what I live for. So when I saw the another embodiment of truth, not minding what anybody says, whether anybody believes it or not, but I know that this woman is oozing out fire, power, transformational words. And guess what? Before I even come to realize or connect with you, I went straight to the website, straight to TIP website, and you will not believe it. I literally put this up here just to let you know. I went straight on the 19th of July 2022 and I bought the Ultimate Holiday Bundle, Connect to Correct, Structured Featuring Guide, Strong Will Child Flashcard, Sex Conversation Guide, Family Value Guide, Emotional Intelligence Guide, Discipline That Works Book, Healing from Childhood Trauma, Learning Style Guide, Family Meeting Guide, Self Esteem Guide, Book a Slot in the Inner Circle, Program 2023, the Discipline Strategy Guide, the Effect of Yelling book, the Trauma book, the preteen guide, the parenting teacher guide, the family media guide, the shocking bone statistic free guide, the understanding your child learning style course, resolving sibling rivalry handbook, back to school bundle, bully prevention, screen time addiction, walking your child through puberty.
Puberty.
Now, I don't
Hey!
know. I don't, look, I have not even. I don't even know whatever they are doing in the inner circle. I don't even understand whatever is going to happen there. I don't know where this woman came from in Nigeria. I don't know her siblings. I don't have any clue. But when I dwelled on the YouTube page and I heard a lot of things, I said, "Wow." Now, I'm somebody that is hungry and longing for knowledge. I drink and eat personal development. And then when I looked at the books, the cost of the books, as someone that is in the UK, I asked myself, is this a charity shop? Is it a charity organization where they give things out? Because even the content and the title of the book, I said, this thing is underpriced, heavily underpriced. So I just pull out my debit card. I said, we're going to spend money here today. Okay, we're going to spend. And I bought and I bought and I bought. And I've been going through this stuff. And I said, no, this this is incredible. So just the Instagram post went to your Instagram page. From Instagram, took me to YouTube and I digest there from YouTube straight to website, and then look at the website, went to seller, and then went to your main website, and that was where I was just sold. So I wasn't looking for somebody to say, "Do you like inner circle or not? Is it okay? Do you know whether you will benefit? Is it necessary in your life? Are you sure that you're going to be part of these people?" Nobody had to convince me. I didn't need prayer and fasting. I didn't need prophecy. I didn't need anybody to do any revelation. I didn't have to see any God given talent and Holy Ghost manifestation and raising up my hand for impartation. No, I just was sold. So you see, and one thing that also stuck with me was after I bought, the next email, which I'm going to talk about, I love reading TIP newsletters. These guys, they are in auto machine. They release it dish by dish. So when I bought this and I got a confirmation from seller, the next thing I received was an email which was so fascinating. What if you were raised differently? Do you think your life will be different? Now, I'm a coach and I understand that statement. So this came Wednesday, July 20th, 2022.
Child.
My encounter was 19th. And when I saw that email, she said, nature, what you are born with, nurture, how you are raised. And the truth is, this will become either an advantage or disadvantage to your child. This is why we are taking up to show you why parenting advantage can position your child better. And I'm like, okay, I think we're in for a treat here. This is going to be awesome. So before you start telling people, everybody buy the course, everybody buy the book, we are going to, before I even begin to think of what is parenting academy, what is inner circle, I've already bought everything. So by the time they say let's look at the book to buy, I say, these people came late. We have already started since July. These ones, they are motivating the wrong person. We have already started 3-4
Yeah.
months ago.
They were preaching to the choir.
Yes, we are already sold
Oh my
completely.
goodness.
So that was how I came in contact with TIP, and I can tell you it's been an incredible journey so far.
Amazing. Who else is in for a treat this morning? Now you're listening to Coach Chinda. You can't listen to him and not get captivated. I remember when it was my younger brother who said at the TIP Fathers Conference and said, I listened to Coach. Who is he? Where did you bring him from? I said, oh, you don't know about it. Thank you so much. Coach Chinda came with all the fire that you can think of. You know, I like fireful people. That's how we roll. All right. Coach Chinda came in. He said something. I didn't need anybody to convince me. I wasn't looking for any Holy Spirit ginger. I was convinced. I remember when I spoke to him the first time, he said, Coach, I bought everything even before I even moved in. And for me, it's fascinating to hear the dates. It's fascinating to hear the moves. This is what, of course, that's you already know that this is an intentional father. You don't need to run, from there. But so, Cochinda, I want to hear your experience on the first time that you listened to an Inner Circle webinar. What was your experience like? What did you see? Was it like the things that you've seen? You've gone through a lot of our webinars outside of the Inner Circle before you got into the Inner Circle.
That's
What
right.
was the
Yeah.
difference? What was the
You know,
experience?
I think you see, even before we started December last year, like I told you, I think I started Inner Circle before we started Inner Circle of 2023. So I started
Clearly.
3 months before, and it's because of your authenticity, your frankness, your truthfulness, and I saw raw passion and desire to transform the parenting dynamics, not just in Africa and around the world. And me, from a polygamous family, I'm from a family of 36 children. Okay. So I know that if I was parented differently, the impact of my life today, I believe that would have been more than what I'm seeing today. Yes, a lot of transformation has happened over the years, but when I saw that I could become more in order to change more, because the more I change, the more I transform, the impact I'm going to create in the life of my children and also in the life of all those around me. So when I began to watch the emotional intelligence course video that I also bought, I began to see the dynamics of how me was raised in my own home and what I'm expected to do as a transformational father, not a transactional father. Is totally different. That
That's
gave me
it.
a different perspective, to say this is the right place to be, and this is a place to consume practical knowledge and to act. So when we were talking about the first assignment, this is so funny, because when we talk about family media plan, structure plan, whatever, I told you, we already started 3 months before they say official 2023. Official 2023. So I had already started putting my stuff together. They're all in Google stuff. I was just following the thing I bought. So when I realized that it was an assignment, I said, how can somebody do assignment that have not been given? Assignment has not been given, but you already started doing the assignment. Why? Because the content, the structure, the frankness, I was just blown away. Then coming into the Inner Circle, and will launch December, you started talking about the things that I've already started knowing about Inner Circle, things that I started understanding about Inner Circle, started giving me a different reinforcement of what the videos were saying, the online courses were saying, and the books were saying. So I came in ready, because I've already been preempt and I've already started before we actually launched. So the beginning gave me an incredible opportunity to open myself to high teachability index, ability to learn, to change, to evolve in order to become an incredible father for my family.
Amazing. And you just imagine if we have fathers like this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 100. You believe me, we're in for a change in the world. We are on with Coach Chinda. All right. This is one of the names that I met, and I was like, oh, Chinda. That's so nice. So, Coach Chinda is streaming live from the UK, by the way. I've heard so many people say oh, when you live abroad, are you sure you'll be able to do some of the things that they're saying? Is it really easy? It's not the same thing. What they're saying, is it not just because it's not, in the developed nation, it plays a little differently. Oh, what do we do and all of that? So I want you to tell me what your this thing about it. That's one. And then number two, I want you to also tell me how you've been able to manage your time. I know that Coach Chinda is busy. Don't even go there. I know that he's an impact person like me, as a super impact person. So sometimes we will, you will get a time to. I met him in the inner circle, by the way. That's how we connected. All right,
Okay.
but he's one of the people that is in my corner today. So it is very obvious. Yet he's so active. When you say book review, he does the book review like he's doing a presentation in a his presentation in a class with his people. It's so amazing that I find that the people who are busier are actually the ones who are actually more functional, or what do I even call it? All right. So over to you,
Yeah.
sir.
You know, life is all about time management. And parenting is all about time management. You said parenting is battlefield, parenting is war. And getting into that battlefield and war, you have to prepare for it. Now, I'm in the UK. I've been here for the past 19 years. Okay. I'm grateful to run about 4 businesses. All right. And I have a wife, I have a ministry, I have a youth group to lead. So when you talk about business, and then I'm sought after almost everywhere, speaking here and there, all over the place, and I have to do all these things. The question is, prior to inner circle, I know that time management is absolutely critical. You can't function if you don't begin to manage what is most important for you and what is less important. So, being in the UK, yes, gives you that opportunity to have that excuse. I'm so busy. This cannot work here. We have 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs. People don't have time. Do you think this is going to work? Well, when you say that, it's an evidence that your life is chaotic. Your life is crisis already.
Mm,
As you said in the time management
mm,
webinar, that when everything is all over the place, you are overwhelmed, you are frustrated, it is very clear you are a crisis father, a crisis mother. Is
yeah.
very clear. So you have not been able to
Mhm,
compartmentalize and essentialize what is critical for you. So for me, parenting and also being there for my kids, supporting my kids, and helping them to be the best version of themselves made me to realize that I have
mm,
to create the time. You don't say you have time, you create the time. So regardless of how busy we are abroad, regardless of how we are engaged in a lot of things, it is a choice. Like you always say, it's a choice you
mm,
have to make, right? It's a decision you have to make if you want to be an
mm,
impactful, transformational parent, transformational dad. And look, Wendy, see, I'm somebody that loves statistics. I've looked at the Office for National Statistics in the UK. Wow, what is happening to the black kids here is shocking, like really shocking. The statistics is not entirely great when it comes to especially the boys. I have 2 boys, right? And it's important for me not to just live a passive life or just behave as if it doesn't matter and just be chasing the pounds, chasing the goals, chasing this, chasing that, and forgetting the most critical, important thing that God has given to me, which is raising kings, raising kids that are impactful, raising transformational children. So prior to this, I already have the idea. But now coming in a community where it's emphasized, it's taught, it's structured, it's guided. You have a leader that believes in what they are doing. There are result-oriented curriculums. The effect is being seen. I have no choice to raise my teachability index. Now you will be wondering, why am I here? No, I should be here because any father, any mother that wants to raise the bar to transform themselves first and then transform the legacy they are creating, because it's not every legacy that is positive. If you want a legacy that is transformational and positive, it has to start with you. So TIP was very clear from the beginning. The vision, the structure, the goal, the aim, and the impact of the community to push you forward sold it completely. And I had no choice to raise my teachability index and to increase my adaptability, flexibility, and ability to change. And as coach said, the humility abada. I had to put one here, one here, one here, on my leg, in my heart, in my mouth, my eyes, abada everywhere. And that is how the movement started.
Amazing. You're listening to a Yada father. If you've ever listened to me, you will know that I love Yada fathers. There's just this thing about them. When they move like a volcano. I see you, Joseph Ellipson. Joseph Ellipson is South African, was in the inner circle, had a break last year, and he's been on my neck. Joseph Ellipson, we're looking forward to see you for the next year. All right.
Yes,
And
yes.
Joseph Ellipson was one of those fathers, I'm sure, who comes and says, coach, he had so much result. So we're looking forward to seeing you again. And when Coach Chinda, kept talking about humility about that, I'm sure that if you're not in the inner circle, you won't get it.
No.
You won't get it. And if you don't get it, forget about it. It is only in the inner circle you hear. So there's an inner circle vocab. Yesterday, when I was teaching about transformational parenting and transactional, somebody said new word alert, messiah.
Yes, I saw that.
Messiahness. There is a
Raise.
messiahness in your child.
That's right. Ah, come on now. Come on now.
Oh my goodness, I'm having real fun this morning. I don't know about you. If you are in the comment section, put in some of those, this thing in there.
Yeah.
So, Chinda, let me ask you this question. I've
Yeah.
never heard you, heard about it. What
Okay.
was the most striking webinar in the inner circle for you? Many people say they don't have any, but what was that one that topped the list for you?
I think for all of them are great. All of them are amazing. All of them are transformational. All of them have an impact. But one that stood out for me is the peace one.
Hmm.
The peace as a skill. Wow. That is, I don't know what you can do without peace.
Hmm.
There is nothing you can achieve. If you think about it, the world was created from a place of peace.
Hmm.
All the structure you see in the world, all the design, the incredible intelligence and brilliance that came that we are participating today, even we as human, we are created from a place of peace, a
Hmm.
place of calmness. That is how God made this place. And then look at everything that happened, start from that place of calmness, the idea generation, the strategy planning,
Hmm.
the techniques, everything comes that is downloaded in your spirit comes from that place. Even when you change, when you begin to realize, I would have done better on this, where
Hmm.
you repent is in the place of peace.
Hmm.
Where you begin to change the habits, the attitude, the behavior, some of these programs in your life that you took from wherever is in the place of peace.
Hmm.
Nothing happened without peace. So for me, I knew that if peace existed and I increase, because peace has levels, peace have degrees. The more you begin to work on yourself, the more you connect into that higher level of consciousness of peace with God, you are
Hmm.
able to do things more effectively, efficiently. You're able to do things more productively. And also from a place of peace, you are more humble.
Hmm.
If you are peaceful, you will be humble. And you wouldn't begin to say, this person have nothing to tell me. You can't correct
Hmm.
me. I had
Hmm.
PhD. I have
Hmm.
masters. I'm
Hmm.
abroad. Do you know my background? Do you know what I am? If you don't have peace, peace humbles you. Peace
Ah, yeah.
allows you to absorb knowledge you don't have. Peace allows you
Hmm.
to open up to higher level of learning, change, and transformation. So when you gave that webinar, and you made something very striking there by saying, most of the things that happen to us is just 10%, right? The reaction and the way you behave is the 90%. But most people is the other way around. Their life is chaotic 90%. They only have 10%. That is reverse engineering. It doesn't work. So for you to parent effectively, you need to stay from the place of peace, realizing that there are many things you don't know. And I always use this when I coach. What you don't know, you don't know. And if you don't go to know, you will never know. And because you don't know, you will remain in ignorance and you'll be in a dark place. And you will parent from a place of darkness. So peace for me was everything. And I would really recommend, if you have not watched that webinar, if you want to go and watch it back again, come back to Inner Circle. Make sure that you practice and live in peace. Otherwise, your relationship, your children, your empowerment, everything you do is just going to be hitting the wall. It will not absorb because you are not parenting from the place of peace.
Wow, 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 wow. Peace humbles you. And I think that is the takeaway for me. I don't know about you. Have you shared this link with your family and friends? Let them come and watch what the Inner Circle fathers, parents are saying. All right, it's amazing because everything that I want to share about the father, the struggles of the father, Coach Chinda, it has it. So you cannot say, I'm busy. I cannot. I cannot. No. You can't bring it. It's because your life is chaotic. That's why you cannot.
That's right.
That's why you cannot. All
That's
right.
right.
And this is so amazing. You are listening to Coach Chinda. She is streaming live from the UK. He's in the inner circle with his wife, by the way. But his wife is not in the forefront. I call them the popping wives. These
Yes.
wives that have their husbands I call them the poppy wife. They are popping, as in they are in the background. This kind organic the way we follow. You don't
Yes.
even see them
That's
make
right.
noise. You don't see them. No, you don't see them comment on tools. It's their husband
Yes.
that is saying, "So we did the tool. So coach, what do I do?" In fact, I call them the popping wives. That's what I call them.
Yes.
Oshe, madam, I can always salute for you. And really, this is
Yeah,
so
actually, I would love that to be here, but she has gone to drop my son in school, so
I
he
can
has to drive a little
imagine.
bit to go and drop.
Awesome. And the first time I heard them do a review, the first review was him and his wife. It was so awesome. If you are in level 1E, shout out to you guys. That particular cohort. Let me not talk about it. That particular cohort, we have some popping fathers in there. But let's not move. All right. So we're talking about peace. Yeah, Dr. Happiness is Swek and is part of the Popping Wives Association. They do nothing,
Uh,
they just take the background. The only guy popping wife. Professor Swek is the lead. When men lead, there's a peace that it brings.
that's right.
There's a peace there's a transformation that it just brings.
That's right.
So we're listening to Coach Chinda share his story and his journey as a father
Mm.
in the inner circle. I particularly love the phrase peace humbles you. I love it because, and while he was talking, I was thinking about it. That is so true. It just humbles you. When you are in the place of peace, you're not saying, who is this person that is teaching me? Why is this person teaching me? Why? I think there's just something it brings to you. There's a total 360 degrees, all right, that it just avails you. And peace is not just quietness. Some people say, I'm quiet. I'm quiet. That makes me peaceful. No, I have seen quiet people who are very chaotic. Very
Mm.
chaotic. So peace is a skill that must be learned. Thinking about it this year, peace as a skill is topping the charts.
Oh, really? Interesting.
So peace as a skill is topping the chart at the review this year. Last year it was honor as a skill. Honor as a skill is featuring, but peace as a skill is taking
Uh,
precedence, and then honor as a
yeah.
skill is now following. Thank you so much for joining. And sir, let's get to the books in the inner
Right.
circle. All
Mm-hmm.
right. If you haven't shared this link, please share with your family and friends. Let them join us. The books in the inner circle, we read books, we review. Can you tell us a bit about the books you've read and what those books have done for you on your journey? Over to you, sir.
Right. You see, we've read a lot of books. Okay, there's a lot of books raising boys, raising girls, about yelling. We dealt with a lot of things, but this one that really stuck up, really stuck up. Connect to correct. For me, that particular book, I think it's underestimated. Honestly, it's not been given the right position. That book is, if a father reads that book like me and does not become a transformational father, that father need deliverance for 5 years. All the men of God around the world, they need to come together because the demon is a serious demon. Connect to correct is incredible book, because it exposes a lot of things that we as parents are carrying and giving us so-called traditional way of parenting that is not entirely working. Because for me personally, i was not I was not parented from a place of connect to correct. I was parented from a place of unbelievable correction, no connection. you know, like every day, correction is like eternal life, everlasting correction, 24/7. It's like you are just waiting. When is the next correction? When is the next correction? When is the next correction? There was no connection. Like, I'm being honest here. I don't want to go. Thank God for my parent. My dad has passed away. It's just the reality. But we need to face what we have gone through. We need to face the challenges that have gone through. And that's one of the things I love about Inner Circle. Inner Circle say parenting is about you. Forget about the kids. Because when you change, you evolve, you transform, the default of the parental transformation is the impact that happens to the children. So I did not want to just parent from correct, 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 correct. Like, I'm a preacher of correctness. I'm not a preacher of correctness. I need to be a preacher of connection before correction. And I saw that even in me, sometimes I want to correct, correct, correct. But the book made me realize, no, don't be like your father. And you know what? A lot of us fathers, we are our fathers. May Lord deliver us. We are running the program of our father. And just because the father has transferred to America, to Canada, moved to Ghana, to South Africa, I always say immigration does not change the negative program inside you when
Come
you
on
move
now.
abroad,
Come on now.
right?
Hey.
Immigration does not change you because you have moved abroad. A lot of the abroad fathers, a lot of all the people that are jackpying to other places around the world, they are still carrying the program of their fathers. That has not helped them in any way. And that is why many of them come abroad. They get into trouble with social workers. They get into trouble with all sorts of things. The kids are not able to cope because their father is the father that have already passed away. So connect to correct helped me to even deal with my own program,
Try.
to know that it's not about correctness, because my father was in the department and the ministry chairman of correctness that are at internal. There was no connection. It was just in that ministry, and all of us we were wearied of the ministry of correction. Everything is correction. There was no connection. But now that I'm grown, I have my own children. Will I run the program of my father, the curriculum of my father, the landscape of my father? No. So that is why I had to put the humility abada. I have to go in the place of peace and ask myself, we got to work on this from the place of emotional intelligence so that we can begin to connect with the kids even more. Yes, I wasn't entirely bad, but This took me to another whole new level because I've raised my teachability index to very high. That was I was able to absorb those teachings of connect to correct. Kids will always, as you say, they have developmental stages, they have neurological challenges, they have environmental challenges. That is not the problem. The problem is the parenting. The problem is me. So not them. If I work on me, the impact will be visible. And I saw that going through that, I can see the connection that we started having more because they are teenagers now. And you know, teenagers, they want independence, they want this, they want that. So we connect more. We go out, we play basketball together, we run together, we go swimming together, we do horse riding together, we do kayaking together. We are just crazy three boys. My wife is the only wife. I used to tell her, so sorry, because you are the baby girl lifestyle. Just sorry that we these three boys were crazy. So allow us in the crazy connection zone, right? So it is critical for every father. And I want to say this. Look, I saw a research. They say that when a child change or transform, the impact that the child has in the parents or the overall dynamic of the family is less than 4%. When the wife changes, in fact, for the children, sorry, it's less than 1%. For the wives, when they change, when they evolve, when they transform, the impact on the husband and the dynamics of the family most times is less than 3%. But check this out. When the father takes over, the transformation, the leadership, the love, the humility, the teachability, the growth, that dynamics changes the family 93%. So you can see that the impact of a father changing and transforming in a family, in a marriage, whatever dynamics, have huge impact than when the wife and the children. And that is why it breaks my heart that when I come in a place like this, the father is supposed to have inner circle and then inner circle father association of different countries of the world. The father is supposed to come here so we can unlearn all the programs from our forefathers, our great grandfathers, our village, all the village things, all the ideologies, all the things that have not really helped us. Some of the fathers today, they are possessed by the so-called village whatever, and everything about them is village references, village references, village references. But it's not helping the children. It's not helping the family. It's not helping the dynamics of the family. Why don't you come to inner circle? And I love it because inner circle is inner, is inside. They want to change you from the inside out. It's not outside. Because what happened from the inside is more impactful than what would just happen from the outside. So a lot of parents today, a lot of fathers today are correcting because of the symptoms, because of what they see, because of what is happening in their life. Go and connect first and connect with yourself first. Transform yourself first. The children will see the impact of connection like never before.
Go and connect with yourself first. I think that is a word for me. Go and connect with your self first. Can I know that in marriage coaching, I know coaching that you guys teach that if you can't find yourself, you can't find another person. Many of the times people say, I'm looking for somebody. I heard God, talking to a single person and he said, you're looking for this person, but you're actually looking for yourself. You haven't found yourself. And until you find yourself, you cannot find that person. So many of the times, it is that inner you as a parent. That statistics are about fathers. Very very many of the times, one of the narratives or one of the belief system we have in the inner circle is that we are going to at some point have more fathers in the inner circle than mothers. I know it will happen, and we're pushing that narrative
Amen.
out there because
That's
parenting is a father's business.
yeah.
Parenting
Mhm.
is the business of a father.
That's right. That's
A
right.
lot of people don't know it. When you read the
That's right.
scriptures, there was no woman that was asked about any child.
Mm-mm.
None.
Not
None.
even one.
Not one person. Sarah was not asked. Rebecca was
Mm,
not asked. Nobody.
mm.
We didn't even know who Mrs. Eli was. Nobody
No.
mentioned her. I call her Mrs. Eli. She was just
Mm,
popping in one corner. God
mm,
just took a lie and just dealt with it.
mm,
Nobody talked about the wives.
mm.
It's a parenting, it's a father's job.
Yes.
When you it's a man thing, like Pastor Siri will say, parenting is a man thing.
Yep.
When you now
Yep.
follow, you will now say, this is where I want you to, to throttle from. We will
Mm,
now follow and say, how do we now help you on this
mm,
journey? You now
mm,
delegate jobs to us, and then we are able to actually run it.
mm.
Unfortunately, we have a skewed perception. Like Chinda said, we're running with a village script. Our script is
That's
from
right.
the village. We have a skewed perception of what parenting should be, how
Mm,
parenting should work, and it's something that we need to begin to undo so that it doesn't undo us.
that's right.
We need to begin to undo it. We need to begin to push that narrative. Now, anytime people tell me, oh, but men are not, leading, I say it's also because we are not also teaching the leadership for men. And
That's right.
even from others, we still go on to replicate the same thing. We don't
Mm,
also give even the boys a responsibility to
that's
run
right.
with it. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to actually undo some of these things about fathers. Oh, fathers should not, it's not fathers, mothers need to. Yeah, if your husband isn't ready, you should join. But
Yeah.
it is part of the process is that you will
Yeah.
start,
Yeah.
until you get him to be on board. Because when a man is leading this evangelism, trust me, it's on a different. When a man
It's
catches the
true.
fire of inner circle,
It's true.
is on
It's
a
true.
different level. I
Very
can't
true.
even explain it.
Very
That's the
true.
truth. The transformation in your family, if you're seeing 90%, you will see 120%.
That's right.
That's what happens in your family. All
That's
right.
right.
And this is because of the way we are socializing men. So if you're raising boys, start from there. Let's not socialize our boys not to learn. Let's not socialize them not to take the lead. Let's stop quoting, you are Deborah. We are not Deborah. And
Mm-mm.
Deborah was leading the children of Israel. She was not leading her children and her husband. It's the children. She
Exactly.
led people at work. I was telling the women in my masterpiece program. I said Deborah led people in the city
Mm,
at work. Go to the
mm,
city and lead people at work.
mm,
Let the men lead the homes. Don't take over the ship. When you begin to take over the ship, of course,
mm,
it can capsize when the
mm.
captain begins to fight with the captain, the assistant, whoever. All right. So somebody said fathers in the inner circle are gold. They are the people who have dealt with pride and discovered themselves. I think
That's right.
this is so true.
Very true. Yes.
Honestly speaking, the fathers in our inner circle, if I see them, I am on the floor. They are the real men, really. As far as I'm concerned, they are the real people
Yeah.
who have dealt with everything in their body and have said, you know what? I need to learn. You have raised your teachability index. I like that. Who else got that today? You know, I'm a very good learner. I'm a very good student. Hi. So if you're listening to us, you are listening to Chinda. Chinda is a father in the inner circle, raising two boys. He's in the inner circle with his popping wife. The wife is part of the Popping Wives Association of Inner Circle
Very
Women.
true. That's right.
Where they are just popping, where they are, and they live in the UK. All right. This is
Uh,
something because Chinda have been sharing with us amazing truths about his
mm,
journey. So, Chinda, let's go to
mm.
the transformation that
Yeah.
this has been able to happen in your home. All
Right.
right. Chinda is a married coach. Of course, you know that already. And of course, he's already on a trip. His
Mm,
parents, I want you to relate to us. How has
mm.
this helped in synergizing where you're coming from, where you are, and where it is that you are going?
You know, it's interesting that you asked that question, Wendy, um, because the Bible says where there is no vision, the people perish.
Hmm.
Okay, and then you also say that lack of knowledge will also create suffering, will also create pain. So for me, I have a very huge goal and vision. And also from the family structure, assignment, and all that, it is so clear that I'm not playing small. I'm
Hmm.
here for a big win. Okay. So just going through this has been able to help me, like I said previously, connect. And in that connection, mentoring
Mm.
flourishes with the kids,
Mm.
right? I'm able to even teach. They're able to even come to even know more and learn more. Now, I have two boys. As part of them going through these stages now, we have unique assignment, we have unique stuff. In fact, you know what? Sometimes they say that this assignment is it from the inner circle.
That's a good one.
They say, this thing you're doing, is it what you guys, is the moment you guys landed there? Yes, yes, why not? So they can see as well that we're not just there for a joke, we're there to implement, we're there to do things
Mm.
as well,
Mm.
to even push them and encourage them. Now, prior to this time, as you can tell, I like to push my kids to become the best version of themselves. They're involved in all sorts, swimming, running, writing books. There's a lot of things they're already doing. But coming here gave it a lot more structure and also reinforced what we already practicing. Like, wow, this is amazing. Okay. And then we see that now we have to even up our game even more. When you talked about the area of cooking, now be allowing our kids to cook, but here made us now the guys are fried rice, doing all sorts of other meals now they're able to do, and they give to the whole family, they dish it and we all eat, cleaning more, doing a lot of things more independent minded, because we
Mm.
believe that children, like you wrote in your book, raising an independent minded child, it's incredible book. If you have not read that book, please go and read that book. It's very, very powerful. So
Mhm.
these things now give us even the push to see that the children that you might think cannot learn quick, cannot adopt, cannot change, cannot evolve, they're actually looking for what to change them, what to transform them, and what can make them better. But that cannot happen if the parents are not having that impact in their own lives. Because a lot
Mm.
of parents just hold back instead of empowering the children, instead of
Yeah.
educating the children. I love one of the webinars where you talk about streetwise children. Powerful, powerful. Raising your children wherever they go, whatever they're doing, how they're able to communicate intelligently. That
Mm.
also helps us to begin to put our children in a strategic place whereby the kind of books they read, the kind of mindset I want them to have, exposing them to a lot of John Maxwell books, Crancanfield books that can really push them. And guess what? Because of all these things, my children now, the younger one, in our county we call Wilshire County, on the 15 where he runs, is the champion for the
Correct.
Olympic hopefuls, right?
Correct.
And then they're also playing basketball. Now these kids as well, by the grace of God, has also pushed themselves. My son has written 2 books. He's writing his 3rd book now, and the 2 books are Amazon bestsellers. And then what about in the area of coding? Here, the structure has really transformed us. TV Monday to Friday, no. And guess what? Even the kind of repercussion for consequence for anything, my repercussion for consequence is books, right? So you do something, I say, okay, fine. This John Maxwell book, Law of Transformation, finish this one. When you
So
come,
that
we
you
discuss it.
can be
What
transformed.
it can be transformed. So they know very well that if something happens, daddy is buying book on Amazon to work on them, and they will read it, explain it, and then say, what did you get out of it? So this involvement and empowering and helping the children to learn, to be independent, to think wisely. And one thing again that is so critical for me, because the environment that we're in is a very an environment that can challenge spirituality as well, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Environments that
yes.
can challenge spirituality. So it's been very intentional in making sure that our children not just having a personal encounter with Christ by God's grace, giving their life to Christ, but not just that alone, but ability for them to defend what they believe,
That's it.
ability to explain, say, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that because of A, B, and C. And that
Mhm.
came from reading. So my children has been exposed to a lot of apologetics content,
Yes, so
ability to use science, whatever it is, to defend your faith. And I want to give an example. And this thing come from we being in the inner circle, involving them to reading, holiday plan, getting them involved in a lot of study. He went to school one day and they were outside, the younger one. And this guy said, "Oh, we all came from ape. The world was created by Big Bang Theory." And then my son was there. He said, "Really? So we all came from ape?" Just conversation. Three white guys and then my son was black. Three of them outside during break time. And my son asked him, "So are you saying that all of us, both our parents, were from monkey? Is that what you're saying?" The guy said, "Yes, yes." So my son said, "So my mother is from monkey, your mother is from monkey. Is that what you're saying?" The guy said, "No, no, no. That my son's mother and all the other mothers in the world from monkey, but his own mother is not from monkey."
Very funny.
So my son said, I don't get it. Why will all the other mom come from monkey and your own mother didn't come from monkey?" The guy said, "No, that his mother is too nice to come from monkey." So my son now said, "But you're contradicting that we came from monkey." So my son said, "Well, I'm really surprised that you are thinking like this." So my son said, "You see, from there, my son navigate into sharing the gospel." And then the guy
That's it.
said, "No, no, no, that we all came from monkey." So the boy started crying that my son said that all of us came from monkey, and he knows that his mother is not from monkey. So he went to go report to the teacher that he's telling my son that his mother is not monkey, but everybody's mother is monkey. So the teacher woman said, "So everybody is monkey, your mother is not monkey from monkey. What do you mean?" He said, "Because mother is too nice to come from monkey, but the other women are come from."
Oh
Are,
my
are you getting what
goodness.
I'm saying? So that conversation, but the other two boys, white boys, were listening and they were so keen to know more about God, more about how the world is and all that. But you can see that it is the feeding of the mind. It is
Yes.
what the kids are learning that can help them defend even God where they're supposed to defend God, and also defend their beliefs and their values. So in the inner circle, the journey has been get these children more knowledgeable, feed them, because what they read, what they watch, what they hear can either mar or make them as they begin to change in their future. So for me, the impact of reading and the impact of educating them so they can independently, critically analyze and think for themselves, it is beautiful. It's beautiful. I cannot fault it at all.
Amazing, amazing. It's interesting that we haven't reviewed the raising an independent thinking child, but I think 90% of parents in the inner circle have already level one, have already read this book. If you have not read it, you're on your own, you are coming last. You can see that Chinda have given every inner circle parent a run for their money. I like this. Oh my goodness. This is it. And that's what we are talking about. It's not sitting down and saying, "Oh, hey, I'm dying, I'm overwhelmed." Hey, it's just about running and being able to actually put your hand in the plow. And that is what the inner circle is about. You run. Every time that I listen to inner circle parents, I'm even wild myself. When Clara shares about her daughter, 5-year-old cooking, I'm like, even my children did not cook at 5. You guys, please now. I have shared in the inner circle how my children started traveling alone at 10 plus. Inner circle parents are having their children younger do a lot more. And I'm
That's
like,
right. Yep.
I'm like, oh wow, that's what shows you that it's not about me. Forget me and my journey, my personal journey, and whatever it is in my journey is small testimonial compared to what you hear people do. We have children who are coaches, coaching their peers right in the inner circle parents' children. There's a lot happening. So this is the impact, but it's only happening because the parents are evolving.
That's right.
And that is the root of the conversation. When I started coaching, one of the things that I saw was how people were saying, "No, it's the children we need to teach. The children need to be taught." If you go to a parent now and say, "Come and put your children in a course," all of them will rush. But if you say, "Pay for yourself and get into that course," they say, "What are they going to teach me?" And that is one of the biggest problems we have, because we
Mm,
think that the children is the problem. No, we do not know. We do not know that the children is not the problem. It's you. He did say we are collapsing your 10 years into 1 year. I agree with you. I absolutely
Yes.
agree with you. Because there are so many things that I wasn't even able to do in my journey. But inner circle
Yeah.
parents will see it, they see the possibility. It's the way they run with the possibility. Sometimes when
Mm,
they are sharing, I'm like, should I go back to this parenting from day one? Let me go and
mm,
restart it and go
mm,
and re-engineer, my own process. So it's not about Coach Wendy. So if you think that it's about me coming to talk about my children, what they've done, you are wrong. It's
mm, mm.
about your transformational journey. I like the way
Mm-hmm.
Coach Chinda put it. He said transformation, not transaction. It's only inner
That's right.
circle parents that understand it.
That's right.
If you are doing transaction, you're on your own. And and a lot of us are in the space of transaction. We
Yes.
have
Yes.
moved, we've
Mm.
left you. We have even left functionality of the family to
Yeah.
transformation of the family.
Conditioning.
We are no longer just functioning as families. We are now transforming. We are now
Mm.
digging into the Messiah-ness of our
Mm.
children.
That's right.
If you are
That's
not in
right.
that place, we're not tapping into the heaven on earth that God has actually promised. We are
Mm.
now being active players of thy
Yes.
kingdom come because
That's
we
right.
are thy kingdom come. And
Mm.
we're here. We're here to
Yes.
show that
Mm.
indeed the kingdom of heaven have actually come. All right.
Mm.
And this is what makes you understand that this is a total mandate from
That's
heaven.
right.
And
That's
one of
right.
the things that I love about Coach Cinda's story is when you listen to him and listen to his salvation story, amazing story that he has. And I told him recently, I said, I'm going to bring you to the inner circle to come and teach about a particular thing, story for another day. All right. You're going
Yeah.
to see me, of course, coming to come and do it's inner circle exclusive. Don't be angry. We have
Yes.
just
So
get in there.
get in. Get in.
All right. So, Coach
Mm.
Chinda, so as we begin to wrap up, share with us what is the message you're going to leave with fathers, one, going to live with parents who are already in the academy, going to live with parents who are thinking, this money now, hey, this money is a lot. Where do I start from? Going to live with people who are still thinking, should I not? All right.
Mm.
Over to you, sir.
I want to begin by saying that, and I say this with all humility, inner circle is too cheap. I'm really sorry. It might feel somehow to some people, but inner circle is very cheap. I know how much I have paid to get to where I am. And I'm talking about tens of thousands. And I want to say this without any apology. You see, for the past 8 years, I was in auditing to my own personal transformation. This is very true. I have spent more than £40,000 for the past 8 years on myself. There are coaches that I have to pay £5,000 just for 3 months. And I'm saying this thing not to brag. I'm just telling you how this inner circle thing it is highly and heavily underpriced. Now, wherever you are in your financial level, wherever you are in your financial journey, when it comes for transformation, because the more you know, the more you become, the more value you give, the more you earn.
Hmm.
Some people think that inner circle is all about parenting. No. Inner circle will raise your consciousness. It will raise your ability to see yourself differently. It will
Hmm.
give you the authority to realize the value you carry. I see it as a place of self-discovery. It's a place of eye-opening. It's a place whereby where you are now, you will not be there in a year's time. And I'm not just saying in your parenting, in your career, in your business, in your marriage. It's very, very multidimensional impact. Multidimensional impact. So if you are thinking, I don't have the money, well, don't buy shoe. Don't buy Brazilian hair. Don't go and buy any Christmas dress. Okay? Because that's going to happen. If for whatever reason you are supposed to cook odikaikon and egusi soup, please cook okra soup and then gather the extra money, put it together and pay for this. This is heavily on the price. I don't even want to go there about the pricing. But let's come back to those that might be thinking, do I need transformation? Do I need awakening? A lot of people hearing me now, you are sleeping.
Hmm.
You are sleeping in parenting.
Chai.
But do you know how dangerous it is to sleep when you are supposed to be awake parenting? You are going to war and you are sleeping on your duvet. You are covering yourself. You say, it's all right. Let us go to west. Let's go to war
Hmm.
sleeping. Bullet will
Hmm.
hit you.
Hmm.
The bullet will come after you, and then you begin to do raising
Ay,
your hand,
ay, ay,
prayer
ay, ay.
request, prophecy. Please, God, help me. You begin to fast where you are not supposed to fast. Do you know that sometimes our prayer is a prayer of foolishness?
Chai.
You are not supposed to pray, you are supposed to act. Now, some people are here thinking, he's just saying because he don't understand my situation. See, even talking like this, you need deliverance. You need to be delivered by talking like this. Your situation should push you to inner circle. If
Hmm.
you have a son, you're about to get married, you're not married, you have children, you are looking after youths, you are looking after your brother children, your sister children, you're involved in youth program, children program, you are a teacher in secondary school, you're a teacher in primary school, in nursery school, and you don't want to come here and learn. I don't know what is your problem. I don't know what is the issue. So if you are here, thank God you're already here. But let's move up. Don't stay there. Keep going up. Don't run away. Stay here until you finish the class. If you have to repeat, repeat in Jesus' name. Okay? Repeat in Jesus' name. And then come back again until the transformation is seen in your life, in your family. And for
Hmm.
those that are wondering, will this thing impact me? I'm going to give you three things. Number one, you will find yourself, you will find your redeem in the inner circle. And when you find yourself, number two, feed yourself. Inner circle will feed you the tools, the strategies, the techniques, the classes, the webinars, the conferences, the unique guides. Everything is designed to feed you. And for those that are thinking, oh, my children are already good. Well, you don't want me to tell you my children are good. Let's not go there. Let's not even go there, okay? About my children are good because we too, we have good children, okay? And they are already doing a lot of things before we came here. It's because we believe that knowledge is not one sided, knowledge is dynamic,
Hmm.
knowledge is multidimensional. And the more you know in this parent journey, the transformation you will begin to see in your life. So, first, inner circle will help you find you because a lot of parents are lost. A lot of parents, they are supposed to be in Lagos, but right now they're in Sahara Desert, running around. They don't even know what to do. They don't know how to do things. Come back to Lagos where you are supposed to be. Inner circle will bring you back. Some of us, our life is so chaotic, it's so disorganized. We are everywhere. And sometimes in the inner circle, the finding you is one aspect. The feeding you with the tools and the strategy is your deliverance. Stop going to your pastor to lay hand. Every prayer meeting you are there
Hmm.
raising up your hand. This is your prayer meeting. This one, the walk, the change, the
Hmm.
assignment, the book reviews, the comments, the reading other people, sharing. That is your deliverance. That is your prayer point. That is the prophecy. I'm not saying the other one is bad, but sometimes we over spiritualize everything. Anything that happened to your children, you raise up your hand. Everything that happened to your children, you raise up your hand. But God is saying, stop raising your hand. Go and do the work. Go and do the work.
Hmm.
So you find you, you feed you. The third thing I want to leave with those that are here and those that are going to join, that what inner circle does to you, fight you.
Hmm.
Find you, feed you, fight you. Why do I say fight you? You know,
Hmm.
inner circle make you realize, stop blaming your husband, stop blaming the government, stop blaming your father, stop blaming your sister, stop blaming the government, stop blaming that you are black, stop blaming because I went abroad. Stop. blame game will be destroyed from your life. And because you are fighting you will fight pride, you will fight ego, you will fight laziness, you will fight inconsistency, you will fight lack of determination, you will fight lack of motivation. All the things that hold parents back from changing and raising their teachability index, you will fight it here. Now, think about this. When you find you, feed you, fight you, what else do you expect? The answer and the result, default, is transformational parenting, transformational family. So move from transaction of lack of finding you, move from transactional family, from lack of feeding you with the tools and the strategies, and then move into fighting you, all these things holding you back, so you can have a transformational family. So whether you are listening for the first time, whether you're already here, whether you are thinking, whether you want to go and pray and hear from the Holy Ghost, where I have Holy Ghost, join. Okay, you don't need to hear again. I'm already telling you now, join this place, because it's going to change the dynamics of your family and your life. Thank you.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Who else is Ginger this morning? The inner circle will find you, we feed you, we fight you. I said something at the beginning of our conversations at this place. See, mantles are passed by men, oh, and everybody was Mrs. Not that said mantles are passed by men, not God. God, men are the people that pass mantles. All right. I was listening to this session. I said something that inner circle is interpreted per person. You can't interpret it for anybody. You see what Chinda is sharing? When you come in, your experience is different. As in, you have a different experience. You can't explain it. So if you're looking for somebody who will convince you, explain it for you, tell you that this is what happened to you and all of that, this is the list of what will happen to you, because it's going to hit you in a different way. That's one thing the inner circle have done, all right, for every one of us. We are 6 minutes after 1 whole hour, and it's looking like we have not scratched the surface. And if this is just liquid fire, I can see the comment section buzzing. We have almost 130 people watching live this morning at 8 o'clock, only in the inner circle. All right. And this is one of the things that we say in the inner circle. Every excuses of your life will die. Every single one. In fact, it will just die. You're just looking at yourself. You're the consciousness. In fact, Chinda, thank you so much again for joining me this morning. And it's been an awesome journey with you. And of course, publicly, you know that you have been a blessing to us at the TIP Academy. And we love you. We honor you. Thank you so much for all that you do that we cannot all say. Thank you so much for the time that you put in. Every time I say, Coach Chinda, you need to do this, he says, "Oh, why not, Coach?" And I'm like, "Hey, God, how do I? What do I owe this whole honor?" I am so honored. I am so glad to have you in my corner, and I'm so grateful for you. When God said, "I will send you men on the journey," I knew that I'm going to have access to men, the kind of men, quality men. That's what we're talking about. So, what will be your last word, sir, as we close this session?
I think the last word is already part of what we do. Be more intentional. Be more intentional. Because intentionality is not static. It's not stagnant. Intentionality grows. And how do you know intentionality grows? When you grow. When your yesterday is not a reference of today, but your change of today is the reference of what is to come. So if you become more intentional, you act more intentionally, you walk more intentionally, there is no way you won't see the impact in your life, in your family. So I want to leave you with this. Be more intentional. And for those that have not even started the journey of being intentional, right now, receive your deliverance and join the intentional club. Thank you.
Amen. Receive your deliverance and join the intentional club. And this is the place where we say amen. And the church has dismissed. Thank you so much, Coach Chinda. And I'm
Thank
going to
you.
let you go. Coach Chinda
Thank you.
is a very busy person. And we do
Okay.
not take your time for granted. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
sir. Of
Thank
course,
you.
you
Thank
know
you.
that I
Thank
love
you.
you. I honor you. Thank you for being here.
Thank
All
you.
right. If you had listened to this session, you will know that we were in for a ride. This was just absolutely amazing. Who agrees with me? Go in the comment section and scream, and give Coach Chinda his flowers. This was amazing. All right. Share with the men, let them hear. There are men on fire, believe you me. All right. Don't come and say, oh, every man. It's not every man. There are men who have moved past the boundaries of that every man. All right. And of course, this is who saw what is inscribed on my t-shirt? Who else saw it? The yellow wife of the master conclavite. All right, that's another story for another day. The married seal is doing a couples retreat this weekend. And yes, I'm going to be popping at that weekend. So, hey, here we have it. And if you've not registered for the Inner Circle program, hey, I'm so gingered, fired, red. And then with a Chinda session. And if you've not registered, you're on your own. I don't think there's any other preaching that should be done. The preaching has been done. The choir has gone. The the whole congregation are dismissed. You don't want to join. It's okay. Be there. But we look forward to welcoming you at the first or on the 1st of December 2023. That's our Christmas day, 1st of December. Ask about it in the Inner Circle. I'm looking forward to being your coach. I'm looking forward to giving you the books that come from the Inner Circle that transforms. I'm looking forward to changing your perspective to what it is that you already know. I'm looking forward to walking you through doing the things that I say that I did, that it will look like a joke. The things that I did will become a joke to your journey. And that's how, transformation, that's what I call transformation. If you're not doing more than what it is that I've done, then that means I'm not your coach. That's how it works. I am the only coach you will need on this journey and will ever need. Trust me. I know what I'm saying. See you in the Inner Circle. Somebody said the t-shirt is peppering us. That's it. I came to pepper you this morning. Alrighty. Thank you so much. And I came to pepper anybody who is not in the Married Seal Academy, in the conclave, right? Yes. Join us next year. You join us to pepper the gang when we do retreat. All right. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining us. And thank you, everybody, for being here and listening. Do not forget, the Inner Circle is the place to be. Your transformation is your journey and your decision. All right. And if you want to, I heard somebody talking about our books. You can get any of our books from all of our distributors. All right. All the books are available and you can also buy them on Amazon. Be like Chinda. Don't be waiting until we're chasing you. Hey, buy a book. Oh, do this. Hey, buy the book for your transformational journey. You're not doing it for Coach Wendy, you're doing it for yourself. I'm not going to come to your house and bring out what is in your head, or you carry your children and they become mine when all of these things are happening. Yaga children are taking over. People say there is no rule in parenting. And that is an answer to the rule already of people, so there are two rules, yeah? People who are raising the mediocres and people who are raising the excellent people. So there's already a rule. There's already something happening. And if you're not in that space, you will not understand how to raise the messiahness of your child. If you do not know what the word messiahness means, then that means you are still at the back. Thank you so much for joining me. See you again on Monday at 8 a.m., where we'll bring you another Yada who will share their journey. Have an amazing day.